Hey sweetie pies and fellow fur parent pals. Waving hand, have you ever watched your adorable doggo spin around like a tiny, fluffy tornado, completely mesmerized by their own tail? It's super cute, right? One minute they're just chilling, and the next, poof. They're a blur of fur, chasing that elusive tail as if it's the most exciting thing in the universe. We've all giggled at this adorable display, but have you ever paused to wonder why they do it? Is it just pure, unadulterated puppy playfulness, or is there something a little more mysterious going on in their cute little brains? Thinking face, well, prepare for a mind-blowing revelation, because today, we're diving deep into the secret science behind dog tail chasing, uncovering the hidden zoomie loop in their brain that might just be a dopamine overload. Get ready to explore a topic that's both fascinating and super important for understanding our best friends better. Let's unravel this adorable mystery together. Sparkles. For a long time, many of us, myself included, simply thought, look at my silly little goofball playing. And honestly, sometimes, it absolutely is just playful puppy antics. Puppies, especially, are still figuring out their bodies and the world around them. That wiggly tail is a new, exciting toy attached right to them. How wild is that? Starstruck they might pounce, nip, and chase it with pure, innocent joy, just like they would a squeaky toy or a butterfly. This kind of tail chasing is usually short-lived, happens during bursts of energy, and your pup can easily be distracted from it by a treat, a walk, or a cuddle. It's part of their exploratory play, a way to burn off some of that boundless puppy energy. So, if your pup occasionally does a happy little tail wiggle chase, it's probably just adorable fun. But what happens when that cute little spin starts to feel different? This is where our mystery truly begins. Face with monocle. Here's where the plot thickens, sweet friends. While occasional tail chasing is totally normal and cute, sometimes, this behavior can take a turn from playful to compulsive. Imagine your pup chasing their tail not just for a few seconds, but for minutes on end, almost like they can't stop, even if you try to interrupt them. Sad but relieved face, this isn't just play anymore, it's a repetitive, seemingly purposeless behavior that can become intense and difficult to break. It's like their brain gets stuck in a loop, much like how humans can sometimes develop obsessive-compulsive behaviors. When tail chasing starts to interfere with their daily life, maybe they're ignoring food, walks, or even your cuddles because they're so focused on their tail, it signals a shift from quirky play to a potential concern. This is what we call canine compulsive disorder, or CCD, and understanding it is key to helping our pups. It's a bit heartbreaking to see our furballs distressed, right? Broken heart. To understand why tail chasing can become compulsive, we need to meet a very special, tiny helper in your dog's brain. Dopamine. Sparkles think of dopamine as the brain's own personal, happy chemical, or the ultimate reward fairy. When your dog does something pleasurable, like eating a yummy treat, getting a belly rub, or successfully catching a ball, their brain releases a little sprinkle of dopamine. This chemical makes them feel good, reinforcing that action and making them want to do it again. It's super important for motivation, learning, and feeling happy. It's essentially how their brain says, hey, that was awesome. Let's do that again sometime soon. It's a natural and beautiful part of their neurological system, helping them navigate the world and learn what brings joy. But like any powerful magic, if it gets a little out of balance, things can get a bit complicated. So, how does dopamine create a reward loop? Let's explain it in the cutest way possible. Imagine a tiny, adorable hamster running on a wheel. Every time the hamster runs, it gets a tiny, delicious sunflower seed. Sunflower, the running makes it feel good, dopamine, and the good feeling makes it want to run more to get another seed. This is a basic reward loop. In your dog's brain, when they perform an action that triggers dopamine, that action becomes associated with a pleasurable feeling. The brain then encourages them to repeat the action to get that good feeling again. It's a cycle of action-reward-repeat. This loop is essential for learning and survival, like finding food or avoiding danger. But here's the clever twist: sometimes, even the act of chasing itself, the sheer physical exertion and the slight thrill of almost catching something, can become its own internal reward, triggering a dopamine release. It's a self-perpetuating cycle, even if there's no external prize, exploding head. Now, let's connect the dots. For some dogs, especially those prone to compulsive behaviors, the act of tail chasing can become a potent trigger for dopamine surges. The constant movement, the slight dizziness, the rapid sensory input, and the internal chase mechanism all activate those reward pathways. It's like their brain gets a little hit of happiness every time they spin. According to researchers like Dodman and Schuster, 1998, in Applied Animal Behavior Science, compulsive behaviors in dogs, like tail chasing, share similarities with human obsessive-compulsive disorders and often involve dysregulation of neurotransmitter systems. Dr. Karen Overall, 2001, in Veterinary Clinics of North America, Small Animal Practice, further emphasizes the significant role of dopamine in canine compulsive disorder, suggesting that imbalances in dopamine pathways contribute to these repetitive behaviors. It can start innocently, but with each successful spin, the brain learns to associate the action with that lovely dopamine rush, making it harder and harder to stop. It's not about being naughty, it's about a deeply ingrained neurological response. Sparkles. This is where our story gets a little less sparkly, sweet friends. While dopamine is vital, when the reward loop becomes overactive or unbalanced, it can lead to compulsive behaviors. Instead of a healthy, adaptive response, it turns into a stuck pattern. For some dogs, tail chasing isn't just a choice, it's a powerful urge they struggle to control, fueled by their own brain chemistry. It's like their brain is screaming, "Do it again. Do it again," to get that dopamine fix, even if the action itself becomes detrimental. This can lead to physical harm, like self-mutilation of the tail, or psychological distress, such as anxiety and fear. It's truly heartbreaking to see our pups caught in this cycle. They aren't trying to be difficult, they're genuinely struggling with an internal drive that's gone a little bit haywire. Understanding this helps us approach the problem with empathy and seek appropriate solutions. Pleading face. So, what sparks this intense reward loop in the first place? It's not always obvious, detective pals. Woman detective. While the tail chase itself releases dopamine, the initial trigger for this compulsive behavior can be a mix of factors. It could be genetic predisposition. Some breeds, like Bull Terriers and German Shepherds, are more prone to compulsive tail chasing, as noted in studies like Uremia, Svartberg, and Wilson, 2012, in Journal of Veterinary Behavior. Stress and anxiety are huge culprits. Things like separation anxiety, fear of loud noises, or changes in their environment can trigger this coping mechanism. Boredom and lack of mental stimulation can also play a big role, as the repetitive movement provides an internal entertainment source. Even pain or an underlying medical condition, like fleas or nerve damage, can lead to tail sensitivity and subsequent chasing. It's like their adorable little brains are trying to make sense of, or cope with, discomfort or unresolved emotions. We need to look beyond the surface. Eyes. Let's zoom in on the environment, because it plays a monumental role in shaping our pups' behaviors. Think of your home as your dog's entire world. Is it a stimulating, safe haven, or is it a bit monotonous? Sleeping face. A lack of mental and physical enrichment, not enough walks, playtime, puzzle toys, or training, can lead to intense boredom. And a bored dog often finds ways to entertain themselves, sometimes in repetitive, compulsive ways. On the flip side, a highly stressful environment, perhaps with loud noises, frequent changes, or even too much confinement, can also trigger anxiety-driven compulsive behaviors. According to Erhant and Wergatter, 2015, in the Journal of Veterinary Behavior, environmental factors are significantly associated with compulsive tail chasing in dogs. Creating a calm, predictable, and enriching environment for your pup is like giving them a cozy, happy blanket for their brain. It helps reduce stress and provides outlets for their natural instincts, diverting them from self-stimulating behaviors. House with garden. Sparkling heart. So, we've learned that compulsive tail chasing isn't just one thing, it's a super complex puzzle involving a delicate dance between their adorable brain chemistry, their unique genetic makeup, and the world they live in. It's truly a holistic issue. Microscope. It's never about your dog being bad or stubborn. Instead, it's their way of communicating an internal struggle, whether it's a neurological imbalance, unmet needs, or unresolved stress. Understanding this multifaceted nature is the first, most important step towards helping them. We need to look at the whole picture, from their physical health, to their emotional well-being, to their daily routines and environment. It's like being a super sleuth for your furball, trying to piece together all the clues to figure out what's really going on inside their precious little head and heart. By approaching it holistically, we can offer the most comprehensive and compassionate support. Paw prints. Alright, my besties, now for the super heartwarming part. What can we do to help our precious pups find BA?